So all we need to do is shut that door. Shut that door. Ah, thank you very much. Glamorous assistance. We're good in there. Cool. And start live video there. Look, yeah, hair looks terrible as always. Fantastic. Not got any newbies, have we? Hello guys. So we are back doing the Slim Club. I'm assuming that's why you're here. If you're not, you are going to be very disappointed. So, how are we doing, everyone? Good. All right. Yeah. Cool. Sweet. Right. See you later. See you next week. We thought I'd start off with some fun stuff, okay? Because we don't really get a lot of Q&A going, and don't worry, I'm not going to ask any questions because I will just get blank stares back. But what I will do is I'll show you some of the stupid stuff. Well, no. Okay. I'm not going to say stupid. All right, I'll let you decide that. Okay. Whether these are the kind of question that you would ask or you would need help with. So the one that has always stuck in my mind is, Jerry, what is a banana? Yeah, true story, that happened. Yeah, someone said, what is a banana? I don't really know how to answer that. It's yellow fruit. I think what they meant is what is it in like carbohydrate based or anything. But no, what is a banana? So I didn't know how to answer that. I said probably Google it. The other one, Russ said that will fat make me fat? Okay, yeah, well that can make you fat. And any food can make you fat pretty much, okay? This is not anyone in the group, this is through my 12 years of being in the industry, right? If I eat after 5, will that make me fat? Again, if you eat too much, if you wake up in the middle of the night and eat too much, it's going to make you fat. That's the way energy balance equation works, right? Last but not least, when can I eat? When you are hungry, I assume, okay? So, don't worry, if you do have a question and you think it's a bit odd or you think it's a bit silly, it's not as bad as what is a banana or when can I eat, alright? So if you do have anything, the main reason for that little, I don't really, trip back in my career is just to make you guys know there is no stupid question out there other than the banana one, alright? Cool? So, talk to me about your week. What's been going on? Starving over here, cool. Just so you know, guys, there's actually quite a lot of people over here. There are. I'm actually in a bus stop right now by myself. No worries, James. Hi, Mum. Actual Mum. Yeah, not just a joke. Okay, so you're starving hungry. Cool. Right.
I'm tired.
Tired. Cool. Cool. And we've been quite religious with our calories, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we've been sticking to it. Look to yours. Yeah. A lot of green, okay? So the calories that we've put down for you to eat, you're under those calories. So the calories you need to lose weight, you're under because you're saving for the weekend. Yeah, it's going to make you hungry. Because you're saving calories for something else. It gets to a point where you think, you know, maybe I should stop saving my calories and see if I can pay that forward. I don't like doing that.
Even if I'm not going out,
yeah.
I have this fear of going into the red, that I'm becoming like OCD.
Don't be OCD. No.
I've been
Why?
in it once and I just hate it.
Why? This is long term. You see that what you're saying now, because your calories eventually will change and go right up because you're going to be at maintenance.
Yeah.
So you're not going to want to be in a deficit anymore, just because for long term, that's not how you maintain your body weight. You need to be up at the calories to maintain weight as opposed to lose weight. If you do feel like you are starving hungry and we're still dropping weight, it might even be an idea to do a week where we go up a calorie tier. So you're only dropping 1 pound. Or would you rather be on the same course where you're still losing weight for a long period of time but you're enjoying your life more? Or do you want a quick fix now? Because we've done that every single time up till now, haven't we? Everyone's gone, nah, 6 weeks or it doesn't work. You notice that the room is thinning out. There are less people turning up. For one reason or the other, sometimes people literally can't make it, but more or less I think everybody here is a member as well. The non-members that started this journey, I think there must have been about 30 people that were coming in, have already thrown in the towel. And I don't know why.
It's hard work, that's what I think.
Well, yeah, it is, but I think that
it's not.
Once you make a decision to actually change it, once you make a decision to go for it, yeah, you're probably going to have a gym membership. You are. Because then you're going to start weighing up, hang about, I can get a better result, a quicker result, a longer lasting result if I'm more active. You know, I actually made this for people to be able to just come down and do it for free, to give back to the public and to provide, you know, to give back something to my local community. And I mean, it's fantastic that I get to help you lot, but it baffles me that this is open to the general public and they don't use it. It blows my mind.
That's probably one of the things that attracts them to the other groups though, because I've done some work in the past, but you're not encouraged to exercise with it.
Yeah. We don't, I mean,
you
again,
literally stick with, you give
maybe
them
that is it.
things or whatever, and obviously with this, you are encouraged to get moving a little bit. They have awards if you're more active, but it doesn't count towards anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And some people just don't have that mentality to get up and walk to the shop.
It's easy for them as well. They can go to the shop and buy a ready meal. It's already prepared for them, and they don't really know what they're putting in their body. Whereas what we're doing with MyFitnessPal, we're scanning a lot of stuff.
Okay, yeah.
We're realising, we're actually seeing what it does, and we're measuring it, and we're seeing the benefits of it.
So it's mad that if there is a cloak and dagger system that doesn't achieve results, people will go to that long term and pay over being fully educated. And that's like going to school and learning everything wrong and not being able to get a job at the end.
Shortcutting the system, isn't it? You know, it's straight to a ready meal and I can go to the club and not feel...
I suppose, yeah, it might be more like a psychological thing.
As well, ain't it? When you're scanning it, you can't...
Nowhere to hide.
You feel guilty after, because you're seeing it, ain't you? You're making that
especially
choice.
Scan after you eating it.
You know what I mean? It's kind of, it's there, ain't it? You're not
Yeah.
abdicating that guilt, like you're doing it to yourself.
Especially that awful time where you scan it and you're like, wow, that's really good. I didn't realise that was so good. I've got to eat 8 of them. That's fantastic. And then you're like, oh, it's for 10 grams. And then you look at it again and you're like,
oh yeah.
Graze bots.
Protein bar, I got caught out with that.
Oh.
It was really good, not realising it was for like one little bit and not the whole bar.
yeah, you're better off baking your own, like.
A lot of the time it's the pouches of rice as well, they always say per half.
Per half, yeah.
If you don't read that, you quickly snapshot and then go into there, you're like 400 calories in, aren't you, instead of 200, so...
That company buys fruit, salad, porridge for everybody at work twice a week. But the porridge, little porridge pots are so tempting, but you know, having them for a breakfast when I get into work is not a good idea.
So I mean, there's a good question actually from my mum. What ideas have we got for snacking? I mean, what are we doing snack-wise, guys? Are we snacking?
Actually, I've had to regulate when I eat because I get an early start in the morning.
Yeah.
I finish early in the afternoon. I find myself, the missus is cooking dinner at 4:30 in the afternoon, 4 o'clock, sometimes earlier than that. Come 8 o'clock at night, I'm hungry again, so it's a packet of chocolates, it's perhaps a banana, or it's something like, and I'm snacking, but I find I'm snacking on the wrong stuff. It is Twiglets, it is cream crackers or things like that. So now I've had to say to her, we're not going to eat until 6:30.
Okay.
So that I'm not, when it gets to sort of like 10 o'clock at night, I'm not starving hungry again.
Yeah, to be honest, I do like a snack. Not gonna lie.
I do.
And I will normally opt in for something low calorie. If it's going to fill me up, it will have to be something I've prepared. So something like protein based. It could be chopped up chicken. You can make something like a mini chicken salad if you want, but eggs are great. Okay, because they've got high amount of protein in it. It's going to make you feel full up for longer. Nuts are okay, but again, you're talking like a handful of nuts because they are so calorific. Yeah. The usual stuff. You've got like carrot sticks and stuff. But if you want something a bit more mouthfeel, you can put something on a Ryvita. You can have something on a rice cake. Fish and a rice cake. No, but you can have something on a rice cake. Yeah.
What about something sweet?
Sweet, yeah. Again, like I'm always going to say the F word when it comes to something sweet. If you need to pick me up, so get some fruit in you. All right.
I don't like fruit though. I'm not a massive lover of fruit.
Yeah. Something
Okay.
like chocolate.
Do you remember No, not at all. Not at all. The rice crackers. Do you remember the chocolate covered rice crackers? I think they're banging. I love them. they're 280 calories, so you've got to factor that in, alright? So if you were, I would normally weigh up carbohydrate for my main meal. So what I'd do is say, well, I'll take less carb for my lunch, and I'll have my chocolate rice crackers at round about 3 o'clock, like my mum's just said, like what can I have at 3? Because then I'm not really losing out or having too much carb from somewhere else. I'm just having a bit less at lunch, having more protein at lunch, and then I'll have like my chocolate covered rice crackers later on. So if that's something you can work with, or take your carb from somewhere else. You know, we don't want to be too hung up on the macro split. Remember the macronutrients we spoke about? We don't want to be too hung up. And for those of you at home, macronutrients are for your carbs, proteins and fats. It's just a fancy word for those, and alcohol's in there as well. So when we're trying to do a split, if we're on general weight loss, you train quite well, as long as your protein is quite high, we want to have just a decent level of carbohydrate and fat in there alongside that, okay? You don't have to be always on that 40-40-20, and make sure that's an average throughout the week. Again, that doesn't need to be like that every meal, because I know that you said that you were worried about your protein at your lunchtime was low. The only reason I like protein at lunch is because it makes you feel full. It really does. In fact, we had a little cheat earlier, didn't we? It was great. Joe, we found over the road that there was like Bombay potatoes, pre-made, but they do, was it sagaloo, which is like a bit of Bombay potato in there as well, and loads of spinach, broccoli and stuff like that. Tastes really good, microwavable jobby. Okay, so it's not fresh, but unfortunately I found out my meal prep got off. I was gutted. Yeah, so yeah, my own fault. So we had to make do with what we got. Found out that this whole pot, which is about this big, with 2 servings in it, each serving was like 128 calories a throw. That with a load of chopped chicken from across the road, I was in for 350 calories per serving, and that was 2 meals. So it was 700 calories for that, and I just struggled to finish it. So you do have stuff around you as well. If you do need to up that kind of protein level, when you do get caught a bit short, try and think a bit outside the box and look for stuff like that as well. But yeah, having Bombay potatoes at 3 o'clock might be a bit weird. Love you too. So yeah, I think there's some great ideas there. So yeah, if you're not keen on the fruit, and what is it, more savoury or the chocolatey thing?
No, I am also I love veg. I just don't like fruit. So
don't have it then. Don't have it.
Yeah.
Snack on veg.
And something we touched on this morning as well was like in regards to snacks, is like also what's your hydration levels like at the moment as well. Because sometimes, you know, if you're like severely dehydrated, that will make you hungry. Having a glass of water might get rid of those like hunger pangs. And also looking at like what part of the day you're looking to snack. Is it when you're at your most busiest or your least? Do you know what I mean? Like it's, I'm not advocating this usual, but I usually eat between like the hours of 1 and 9. It's just something I do. But I find that if I'm fasting throughout the day and I've got nothing to do, all I want to do is eat. So if I'm keeping busy, so things that could help you with your journey, like for example, moving more, doing chores, I don't know, adding into more neat, meal prepping, all this stuff you could be doing with that gap while you're waiting for your partner to get home or whatever it may be, plus staying hydrated, you may tend to snack less, potentially. Could work for some of you guys. Just if you just think about what your routine's like in relation to when you want to snack it, that might help as well. But as long as you're tracking, guys, it's, you know,
It doesn't
you're
matter.
going to get different like mood and energy from certain snacks, but as long as you're within that deficit, you're still on track, guys.
One of the things, so someone said it there, water, straight away, hydration. No worries, Gemma. Someone said straight away, hydration does help. I do like shortening my eating window. Come Thursday, I'm struggling with my eating window, but what I mean by that are the hours that you eat within. So when it comes to intermittent fasting, stuff like that, maybe some people have tried stuff in the past. Now, there's such a huge thing about IF that people go into. And intermittent fasting normally means that you normally eat within an 8-hour window or a 10-hour window during the day, and then you would fast for the rest of it. Now, bearing in mind, normally you're asleep for 8 hours of that anyway. That's just 2 hours before you go to bed and 2 hours after, if it's 14-10, yeah. So 3 hours either side, 14-10, or 4 hours if it's whatever's left, 16-8. Cheers. Brain stopped. So it's not particularly hard to do. I normally, because I work late, I normally eat late, so I normally start eating around about 12. Don't really get hungry until then anyway, and normally I'll buff a load of water down my neck and have a few coffees and I'm fine. And I find that if I give myself a task, normally the task I don't really want to do first thing in the morning, that occupies my mind, so I've got to get busy. If I'm with the kids or I'm at home, I'm playing with them or I'm walking the dog, I'm not around to be eating anyway because I'm doing other stuff and I'm focusing on whatever I'm doing. Yeah, if the kids are running around my feet and I've got my feet up watching telly, I'll get hungry. I will get hungry. But if I'm occupying my mind and I'm doing other stuff, once my body gets used to it, I find it's an easy way for me just to cut calories. But all the stuff around IF, all these other studies that say that they're going to make you a super person, it's just another way to cut your calories. Just another technique.
All the studies done on rats.
Yeah, all the studies are done on rats. Yeah.
It's not a diet, guys. It's an eating schedule.
Yeah,
it's a tactic.
So it could work for you. It may not.
It may not.
So would you still train on your fast period then, or would you?
If you feel like it.
That's down to your energy levels.
Do you guys ever train on?
Yeah, that's all the time.
Yeah, 7 a.m.
Don't you feel like shaky, or do you not crave nothing? No.
But for me personally, it makes me eat cleaner and makes me fuel my body for my workouts. Because if my last meal's at 9 p.m. and I have like a Chinese or a load of bagels or some jam sandwiches or something, I'm going to be hungry before I go to bed. And then in the mornings I'm going to struggle and I'm not going to complete that fasting period again. So I'm more conscious. So of an evening I'm going to have, a wholesome meal because that's got to last that amount of time. But as we know, BMR is done within a 24-hour window, isn't it? With your circadian rhythm, yeah? So it's a 24-hour window. So if you're getting the right amount of calories that your body needs, you're going to have them, like Jerry's touched on glycogen, not to get too technical, but that's your carbs. You eat them, they get stored as glycogen, get used as glucose for energy, and they'll store in your muscles if you start weight training more, and they store in your liver. Mm-hmm. So if you can imagine, you've got like your battery, for example, you might fill it up to 100% before bed. It might go down to 60% in your sleep. You've still got room to go.
Still got 60%.
But some people just can't do it. Like I run my morning club at 5 a.m. Some people just can't get out of bed and work out in the mornings. It's all depend on preference. But you've got the basics and the foundation to make it adapt to what you want. The BMR and the thermal effect of food and that sort of stuff.
I work opposite Absolute Gym in Chelmsford.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that car park is rammed at 6:10 every morning. And it's empty in the afternoons and early evenings.
We're quite full at 6.
Yeah, 6:10 in the morning, there's people parking down the road, they just can't get in the car park.
And we're the only gym open. We're the only building open, aren't we, at 6? Yeah. So yeah, we fill the car park at 6, which is, some people just want to get that out of the way. But there's this idea that you need to refuel your body after a workout within a certain window. Now, that is true if you're competing for Mr. Olympia. But anyone here going for Olympia this year? No? No one? No, really? No, cool. If you are not looking to do that is to grow as much muscle as humanly possible, because you do have something called an anabolic window where your body will be able to use more amino acids in that time to repair muscle. Okay, I don't know loads about that, but I do know that studies do show that you do have something called an anabolic window, and that women have got about half an hour to eat and men have got about 90 minutes to eat post-workout to absorb more protein to get bigger. So no one here needs to worry about that. No one here. Yeah, if you get lightheaded, you do get shaky and stuff after a workout, then it's probably not for you. That will probably be down to, as Russ said, the meal you had before you went to bed and the amount of water you've taken on. Once your body gets used to it, it's great.
Sorry, my first meal, now I'm used to it, it's got later in the day, but my first meal was at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but I come here and do boot camp beforehand, and I feel like that stops me. Of an evening is my worst time for snacking. So then I don't have my dinner till 12 o'clock at night, because I know I won't go to bed till 2 o'clock in the morning.
12 o'clock at night?
Yeah, because I won't go to bed till 2 or 3 in the morning. So if I had my dinner at 8, by the time I got to 3 in the morning, I'd be starving. So
not on 12 on, you literally live on about 4 hours sleep as well.
I mean, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Remember, everyone is different. Everyone is different, guys.
But I do find that, obviously, that it's got to that late in the day now because I work it around my kids. So once I pick my kids up from school, that's my chance. There's nothing, like you're saying, there's nothing for me to do now. So if I didn't have anything to do, I would snack. So I'd rather that be my meal because from the minute I wake up until I pick them up, that's me being in busy mode. So I'm coming to the gym, I'm sorting out the house, I'm sorting out things that need to be done for the next day, I'm meal prepping, I'm doing something.